Yes, here I am, another video here from the Tokyo real estate man. I think that's how I'm going to do it. And we are here. This is we're running on the fly here. And today we were here the other day. We did an interesting video here in Ibaraki. We did that little beach house there, and then I did one yesterday or the day before. Uh, Up there in Niigata because that's my wife's town. And here, I keep coming back here. And what happens, I have been here in the car business like kind of all my life. And my friend Sahid lives here in Kashiwa. And I've just lived in Tokyo so long and I've often gone, I've just traveled a lot, especially in my early years, in my 30 years there. In the first 10 years when I was a younger man, I did a lot of sort of traveling. And over the years, I've just thought that this area around Narita Airport had really sort of interested me, and it even does now. And then I had a chance at one time to spend a few days in Narita City, which is just sort of south here of the airport. This is the airport here. And then you can see some of the interesting geography here. Like there's a lot of farming in that in Chiba, but there's also a lot of rolling hills. And you can see that. And these are kind of uninhabitable areas. And you can see just the lack of living space in Japan when you get down into like you see such a mix, like it's so efficiently used, all the space. This is a better way to see it. And a lot of these sort of areas too are like there's some golf courses. This is really rare to see. Uh, but there is likely a river valley down here. And traditionally in Japan, everyone is settled here in the river valley areas. And then where you see the golf courses is generally up on the hills and stuff like that. Anyway, this is Narita Airport. And it's always just sort of interested me, and I thought that I've done a video on a interesting house that's still for sale. I might add, still for sale because I looked today, and then we'll come over here to the real estate map, and then this is the sort of uh, I really restricted the price here to 2,000 man, which is about 150,000 US dollars. But if you move it up a little bit, you'll see that this moves up to 350. You'll see a little bit more supply, but it's not a huge amount of supply. Even when you move it here to 500,000, let's see what pops up. There's not too much supply. Some other stuff come up in there, and then we can move it up here to which would be this is moving it up to this is $1 million in the Japanese currency. And then finally, when you move it up to $1 million, you're starting to see some more supply. Anyway, I saw a couple of houses here that I thought we could look at. One in particular really interested me. We'll look at both of them here in today's discussions, though. And I will not forget to share my tab, which I have. The first one here is both at the same price, which is this seems to be kind of a floor. The one that I did that other video on was at 1,000. I think six or like 1,700 or 1,700. These both of these are at basically 2,000 man, which is 150,000 US dollars. We'll go through the pictures here, and it's a pretty nice house with a little parking space right there. And it is like this is basically Chiba suburbia right there, and you can see it's just a total suburban environment. And look or keep in mind when we look at those pictures right there that there's hardly any supply right there, and that's an indication of demand. And this comes back to really my main thesis of any of this we're looking at is that uh, you have to go into Japanese markets that have demand if you want U-turnability or you want to be able to sell it. And the population is going down, but we know that the population in the Tokyo or the Kanto area is not really going to go down. But when you're going and when you're purchasing, if you want to purchase something in Japan and have future options, certainly you could. If you're the kind of person that could make those kind of stories that come out there, I don't know why I end up always staying on these toilet pictures. Sorry about that. The Go out into the countryside and take an old house and then turn it around. That is certainly that there is no question that that's a viable option. But that's a hard thing to do. That's a hard to. But if you got it in you, uh, that is an option too. But when you come into markets like this, where there's a lot of demand and there's a great airport economy and a great Chiba economy. We looked at it the other day in Ibaraki, anyways, and it's a great, uh, it's just a great economy in this area. Whether that be for agriculture or even manufacturing, all kinds of stuff. Anyway, we have a supermarket that's really close by. Let's have a look how close it is to this house. And it is, oh, every time they do that, I have to shrink my maps. 23 minutes away by foot, but you're going to have a car at that point in time, or a bicycle that you can get to. There's going to be some convenience stores here as well, all along the way. I guess that'd be about 5 minutes away. And we'll go down here to the some of the details of the listing. Uh, we saw the price right there. This is explaining the transportation systems. A car, like a house like this, you're going to be more integrated with the car, but certainly Chiba has great transportation systems, no doubt about it. I think it was on the Keisei line. All the systems in the house here are in place. You'd want for nothing in terms of the house. It's ownership built in the 2000 August of 2000. Uh, you get here 72 meters of land. It's a good portion of land, and it is a 94 or 90, basically 95-meter house, which would, I guess, it translate into like 900 square feet or 1,000 square feet for just so you know. It's presently is IKEA, which means it's an empty house. Anyhow, well that's this one. We can pop up here to the top and just keep that in mind, and then we'll move over here to the second listing, and I'll move it here to the top before I share my tab. I must not forget to share my tab, and certainly enough, I've done it. You see here we have the basically same price right there, and I happen to like this one better. I don't know, but I'm attracted to yellow houses. I just like a yellow house, and this is slightly yellow. Anyway, these pictures on this listing were taken very well by the real estate agents, and we can click through it here. Yeah, you can see the kitchen was been updated. Looks to be like this one was built in the late 90s or the early 2000s, but it's been updated right now. And unit bath, not a unit toilet, toilet. And it's totally a standard house where you would have everything that you would need to have a nice life, meaning by that, and a balcony on the second floor, which is used for drying in Japan. That's what most people are using. Even our family, in our house, or my apartment, my last apartment that I lived in Tokyo, we would dry, and then we would use a dryer just for the last 5 minutes to fluff the clothes up. That's indicating a new hot water system, so which is good. And we'll come down. I think the is basically the very same location in relation to Shibuya Airport. I mean, if we're gonna drop the Shibuya map, or the I keep saying Shibuya map, the Google Maps golden guy right into here, we're gonna just be right in the middle of Chiba suburbia. So yeah, suburbia. Yeah, well, this is, you can see everything. It's a really nice neighborhood. Everything is well maintained. It's really nice, and then it's an indication of the demand. How like everything is well taken care of. It's just nice. I like it, and it's I chose these two because of their proximity to Narita Airport, and then it just gives you so many options when you're there. I like the Chiba area. I keep trying to win my wife over to Chiba, but everything in the house, of course, here is working. It's propane gas, sewer, and the water is all hooked up. And what does it say there? There's a monitor, like a monitor for like not a security monitor, but like a front door, a front when someone comes to your front door, the Amazon people, and they knock on the door. There's a camera. It's about four. Here it indicates there's a 5 meter balcony right there. It's a 4 LDK, which is living, dining room, kitchen. Okay, built in. I was right, 1998. Uh, April of 1998. Oh, that was a good time to be in Japan. It, of course, is ownership. I wouldn't suggest anything that's not on the ownership. And yeah, it's currently vacant and ready for possession. Anyway, they're kind of like almost very similar houses in a way. I don't know which one you like better, or which one maybe you don't maybe you don't like any of these ones. But that's just a look at them. I guess we could crack up just for a second, which would be I'll try to do this quick. which would be like a loan simulation if you're living in Japan and you'd like to purchase something like this. If if it ever gonna are we gonna is it gonna come up? Sure we okay, we're welcome. This was with no down payment, okay, which is really hard to get. Okay. So let's put in a payment of $30,000 or 300 man, as we'd say in Japanese, right there. And doing that, we see that we have a payment of just under 50,000 yen per month. This kind of loan is, I've mentioned it before, is the variable rate Tokyo Star Bank. We can move this up to the 35 flat, which is right now at 1.85%. This would be the rate that you get it for 35 years flat, no fluctuations at all. And your month, you see, at this point in time, my argument is if if you're going to get a really expensive place for $2 million, you're better to go variable. But if you're getting a place like this, which is a standard sort of price, you might as well pay the $70 more a month and have the 35 flat and then take all the risk off the table. That's my thinking with it. And then as I always say, it's still a good savings vehicle in Japan real estate because the interest portion of this is only $140 a month or 14,000 yen, and your savings portion is 40,000 yen. So that makes this kind of a no-brainer if you're able to finance it. If you're lucky enough to go to get into the high, like really low variable rates. This is really strict. Mizuho Bank would be very strict with this one. You see that it is actually, that's like 1/3 of 1% basically for that kind of loan. Anyways, we have an interesting video here today in Chiba here by the Tokyo Real Estate Man, cracking out the content here. Should you ever have any questions, I invite people to come here to the website, Tokyo Real Estate Man website. There he is, me and Nagamura together as we toured the Yokohama house. But failing that, if any of this contact stuff never works, then you can always give me a mail here at my email, bjmccullough@yahoo.com, which is me. And failing that too, I invite people to follow the Instagram here, Shibuya Republic or Tokyo Real Estate Man. And there's the website. There's my cool picture of Vancouver that I took yesterday. Anyway, thank you for taking the time to watch another video here by me, the Tokyo Real Estate Man. Always a pleasure to bring it. I really enjoy making these videos. Arigatou gozaimasu. Sumimasen. Owari desu.